Let's state right from the beginning that everyone's initial reaction to having their dueling hand removed via lightsaber blow is usually one of shock and horror. From Mace Windu to Luke Skywalker, these characters weren't exactly reserved when their duels were brought to a violent end. In this way, we shouldn't be too surprised at Dooku's reaction when he lost both hands to Anakin in his fury of revenge. But there was something else inherent in Dooku's personality and dueling philosophy that made the loss of his hands exceptionally devastating. Dooku's initial reaction isn't one of pain, but shock, and there's evidence within Legends that shows that the Sith Lord not only understood the true consequences of his defeat to Anakin, but why it was also a stunning blow to him personally. In this video expose, we'll look at this evidence for Dooku's initial horror when he lost his hands to Anakin, which had far more meaning than simply defeat. The Revenge of the Sith novelization tells us exactly why losing both of his hands would be particularly crushing for Dooku. By the time of his duel with Anakin during the Battle of Coruscant, Dooku saw himself as a true aristocrat. He was a man of excellence and station, not solely through his abilities as a Jedi and Sith, but because of his self-defined cultured lifestyle. Even the elegance of his Form 2 style of lightsaber combat was an extension of this. It's fair to say that in many ways, Dooku was an elitist, believing the common rabble within the galaxy should be ruled over by people like him. But this manifested into another strong belief held by Dooku. He was absolutely repulsed by cyborgs, those who blended themselves with technology, no matter to what degree. These views came out in their most hostile form during his final conversation with Sidious before his duel with Anakin and Obi-Wan. In discussing whether the Sith should attempt to bring Anakin to the dark side as a powerful ally within the new empire that was to emerge, Dooku argued that this would be an unwise choice. As he told Sidious, not only was Anakin's power unpredictable, but he was particularly revolted by Anakin's mechanical arm, finding no irony that he was the primary cause of it. Although he could find ways to forgive Grievous for the biodroid devices he was augmented with, Anakin would not receive the same clemency. For Dooku, the mere addition of a mechanical arm was appalling, the depths of bad taste, and Dooku saw the Jedi as not even entirely human anymore. In fact, Dooku argued that if Anakin had been a true gentleman, a man like Dooku himself, he would have learned to use a lightsaber with only one hand. All of this resulted in Dooku finding it difficult to even justify associating with Anakin, let alone viewing him as an equal within the Empire. It was actually the reasonableness of Sidious that would win out, telling his apprentice that Anakin's arm made no difference to them, and if anything, it was an advantage for Anakin, a permanent symbol of his courage and sacrifices during the war. All of this would have been well established within Dooku's mind as he lost both of his hands to Anakin at the end of their duel. It wasn't simply that he was defeated. As he looked down, he saw the potential that he may have to become that which he hated most, a blend of droid and human, a cyborg that offended his cultivated, distinguished tastes. Either that, or never wield a lightsaber again. Although it's clear that Dooku doesn't recognize the full gravity of Sidious's betrayal and his impending doom in the film until after Sidious instructs Anakin to kill him, the novelization also shows Dooku still held out hope that he would survive the Battle of Coruscant, even after he fell to his knees in agony. Thus, Dooku isn't likely horrified by believing he has met his true end, but rather, an end he fears perhaps even more. He might have to join Grievous and Anakin as not being entirely human, and live out an appalling and repulsive existence. And in the end, before he recognized the true disaster awaiting him, this horrified Dooku as much as anything. So there we have it, how Dooku's personality and dueling philosophy factored into his reaction after losing his hands to Anakin. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions? Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. Or perhaps follow us on Twitter, @SWReadingClub, for updates regarding the channel. Or support the channel through Patreon for access to exclusive rewards and discussions. If not for me... for having this guy be the voice of reason.